Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Make New Marketing Podcast. I'm Mia, and this is Grace, and we have cozy marketing chats every single week about how we can make marketing new through connection, through kindness, through bite sized steps that we'll actually show up and do, and through just bringing meaning back to what we're doing.
Yes.
And today we are talking about the foundation of all of that.
Mhm.
Because if you don't have this thing, you are going to struggle with the direction of your business, the direction of your content, of a lot of different things. And that is values and
Yep.
establishing your values. I feel like everyone is always giving some kind of hot business tip, social media tip. I don't feel like anyone is ever talking about
I agree.
values. You
And
hear
that's
people talk,
foundational.
yes, and you hear people talk about your why, but it was not near as helpful for me to establish a why as it was values. I'm not hating on a why. A why is
We do
great,
love a why.
but values. Values are like a why is just like placing you where you're at. The values are like your compass.
Yeah.
Like the
The
why is
anchor.
just like putting you in place, like you're in the middle of the woods. And then the values are like, okay, this is the way we're going to get
Yes.
out of this, or whatever. And why they're so important is because, like we said, they kind of act like a compass.
Yes.
So whether it be for the direction you're taking your business, the direction you're taking your content, these are just going to be five things. Really, at the end of the day, they're five words that you are going to be able to measure things up
Everything.
against. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So there are going to be things that if they were violated, like say a friend, a family member, a random person, like did or did not do these things, you would be raging hot,
Mad.
mad about it. You would just, oh, so start even thinking now, like what are the things that when people don't do them, you just like seethe inside. So for example, one for me is communication. When people don't communicate, I have recognized about myself that, wow, a lot of the time in my life when I've been upset at people or not even upset, sometimes just felt deeply hurt by people, it's been because of a lack of communication. It's been because I was waiting and guessing what the person was thinking, and they hadn't really communicated their plans or their thoughts or whatever with me. And that's like a big one for me. What would you say a big one for you is, Grace?
Ooh, there's so many. But integrity is definitely up
Hmm.
there. I know that's a big one for both of us. Like just having
Yes.
integrity in your work and taking accountability and just being honest and upstanding, I guess. Like, I don't know. We've been through some stuff in our shared past that has indicated to me that integrity is obviously a big deal to me. And when that's violated or when that shifts, maybe somebody else used to value it and then they don't anymore, and they show that to you. Yeah, that's one that'll get me.
Yeah, integrity is a big one for me as well. And so, whenever you can label your values, then we can measure our content against them. We can measure our business actions against them. Because then, once you've got those established, that is something that if we're making a major business decision and it doesn't align with, we establish five, and that's usually what's recommended. We work with a life coach, Angie Pedigo. She is amazing with
Love her.
AP Ministries and we love her. So check her out if you need someone to help guide you through more than this, but she
Life.
would happily guide you through this, but so many other business related things, life related things. She is excellent. She's on Instagram, TikTok, all the places. I'll also put her info actually in the um,
Perfect.
caption of this episode. So you
Link
have
them.
that. So our five values are simplicity, consistency, integrity, relationships, and kindness.
Yep.
So we know that if we are creating content that violates any of those, that does not align with all five of those things, it does not have a
We need to
spot in our
revisit it.
business. If we have an idea that violates any one of those things, it probably does not have a spot
Mhm.
in our business. So, any kind of decisions you're making in your business, whether it be like an ambassador program, whether it be a rewards program, yes, I'm even talking about like the little things like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
how you're structuring them, what steps you're taking, if you're even doing them at all, do they align with
With your
your
value.
values? And that is going to help you so much in just tuning out a lot of the noise.
Mhm.
Like Grace said a bit ago, they are the measuring stick for
Mhm.
everything that you do. So now going into content, how does this translate into like social media content? If you've ever heard anyone say, give a hot take, or they're sharing a hot take, or they're sharing something that they think a little differently about in their niche, which, kind of the same thing as a hot take. These can help you determine where are you potentially maybe different, maybe a little
Yes.
unique in your niche. For us, a lot of marketing is not simple. A lot of
No.
marketing is not about relationships or kindness. A lot of
Right.
it is just about sales, sales, sales.
Not
And
our
while
thing.
sales are important and we are a big believer in sales, we know you got to do that to you've got to be able to do that so more money is in your hands so you can help more people. More
Exactly.
good people need money in their pockets than some of these other people that have money in their
For
pockets. Like
sure.
we are a firm believer in that stuff. But it cannot just be about sales
No.
all the time or sales at any cost in our
Thank
and that is
you.
like where
Thank
we stand
you.
out as like this is about connection. This is about how you are helping people, relationships, sharing your unique magic with the world and also just being kind to yourself. So
Yeah.
like with the kindness on here that also extends to
Yeah.
how we're kind to each other, how we are kind to ourselves when we are working, not just our clients, not just our social media
Yeah.
community. These values also extend to you. And
Exactly.
and something I've noticed before, and I know me and Grace have been on a journey of, I think, is not only upholding our values to other people, but to ourselves. You might be stellar at upholding these
True.
to other people and suck at upholding them to yourself.
That's uncomfortable but true. Yeah.
Yes. And so make sure across the board you are. But with your social media, these can be a huge indicator of what direction your content needs to go in
Right.
because there are going to be other people out there who value the same things you do and are interested in whatever you're doing in your
Yeah.
niche. And so
Well,
when you combine your niche with your unique set of values, that is when I think that really starts to show your unique magic through your content and through whatever else you're producing
agreed.
in your business.
Agreed. Those values will shine through your socials and call out to the people that also share those same values. Like it just creates kind of this magnet for your dream client, your dream audience,
Yeah.
whatever, right? Like you're attracting the people who value the same things. Like I can't tell you how many times Mia and I will meet a new person on Instagram who's like, yes, people before profit. Like I 100% align with that. Like they may never work with us, but they're in our online community because they're like, yes, that's how I want to do things too. Not everyone does that. Like that's a green flag. Like you want to kind
Yes.
of wear these green flags on on your sleeve so that other people can, be attracted to that. And, these are values too that, like Mia said, like don't just necessarily apply to business. They
Mhm.
also apply to all areas of your life. Like I would venture to say that your values are a mirror into your own kind of personality, into your own heart and everything,
Yeah.
right? Like part of the reason that we're such good friends is because we have some of the same values, right?
Yeah.
And that also means that that makes us compatible business partners.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's important to know that about yourself just in life and in general, I think, but then to apply that to every aspect of your business, whether that's customer service even, right? Like you're sending
Yeah.
an email back to somebody and you want to make sure that you're measuring that by your measuring stick. It's just, yeah, it says a lot about you as a person.
Yeah. Or if you're hiring new employees on, that's
Yes,
a huge
absolutely.
thing because we've learned from experience. If you are working for someone who does not have the same values or a value
Yep.
shift, or you're working with other employees who don't have the same values, that's a big problem in a
Yeah,
workplace. That's a
it
huge
absolutely
problem.
is.
And we saw that firsthand where we met and worked together at. And so also like going into business with someone, you can be a great friend, but not have maybe the same values or just maybe not the same business
Uh-huh.
values, and then that can be really hard to work with someone maybe as a business partner if you don't have that. So yeah, there's so many different ways that you can use these to measure
Uh-huh.
where to go, what to do, and really simplify your decision making or, whether it's creating content again or other decisions for your business, whether to send a certain email or even the subject line to put to that
Yeah,
email.
everything.
I'm, yeah, like I'm talking about like the simplest things you, that is can come down to that and really help you in that. And then a huge thing is because as a business owner, it is a freaking journey. As we know, it is a self development journey
Yeah, it is.
and it's hard. And you're going to have a lot of nights where you can't go to sleep because you're thinking about all the things you wish you would have done or all the things you did wrong or, whatever is going through your head. And this is another way that when you lay down your head at night and you're thinking through your day and all the things that normally would keep you up, did you uphold your values?
Yep.
At the end of the day, we're going to be people. We are going to make mistakes. We can't have confidence that we're going to be perfect. We can have confidence that when we do make mistakes,
Yeah.
we'll make it right. We'll
Yeah.
uphold our values. We can have confidence that we are capable of figuring it out along the way. Those are the things we can have confidence in. But
Yes.
a lot of the time, in order to establish if you've met that or not, you need to go and have a check in with yourself of like, okay, this situation really went crappy today, but was I kind? Was I consistent in how I treated this person and how I
Exactly.
treat, other people across the board in my business? Like you can go through each of your values. And if you did fail in upholding one, that's okay too. Okay, how
Mhm.
can what can I put in place where I can uphold this better next time
Mhm.
and
It's your
work
anchor.
towards that?
It's your anchor for everything. I feel like Angie really taught us that too. Like, if at the end of the day, you can be confident that you upheld your values and, you upheld your end of the bargain, even if it feels icky, whatever the situation
Mhm.
is, that's, at the end of the day, you have to be able to lean on your own values
Yeah. That's all
and
we have control of.
right. Well, it
Like, at the
also
end of the day, we can only control how we uphold our values, how
yeah.
we treat situations.
And if other people don't have your same values, that's okay. But then you can also feel better about them not being in your niche specific audience, right? Like
Yeah.
if people come across your page and they don't like the way you do things and they express that in your comments, that's okay because you can rest assured knowing, okay, well, you value different things than me. There's space in the world for you. It's just probably
Yeah.
not going to be, this corner of the internet. And that's totally fine. I think it gives you permission almost. Like wearing your values on your sleeve kind of gives you permission to I don't know, like, attract, a certain crowd and kind of, like, repel a certain crowd.
Yeah, and be okay when you do repel them. We had someone who commented on one of our, videos a while back that was something like, because we were talking about people before profit, and they said something like, "You're shooting yourself in the foot here. It should be people for profit, but, like, profit's not bad and blah, da, 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 da." And I was automatically, like, in a nice way, I was automatically just like, "You're not our people because 'cause you're not
Right,
getting it.
right, and that's
You're
okay.
not getting what we're talking about, like, we're not diminishing profit by saying putting people first. We're actually
We're just ranking ranking 'em
yeah, like we're actually putting a huge value on profit and everything, but we are just
with
saying we're not going
integrity.
to do that at the expense of people.
Yep,
Both are important, but people are always most
the most.
important. And so if you can't
Yeah,
see that through this, that's fine. You may
yeah,
have a different set of values, but like I was like, you don't get it. And that's fine. Like that's
yeah,
okay. you
yeah,
know? But
totally.
I also know that no, we're not shooting ourselves in the foot. Like this is how we're going to do things,
Exactly,
and we're not going to change our
and
mind
we're
on
being
that or
upfront
change
about
how we're
that.
wording this because we believe in this 100% and we're going to stick by that. Um, so when it comes time to like actually establish your values, what are you going to do? And it's really simple. So here's how you're going to go and find your 3 to 5. Super easy. Simply go to Google, type in value sheet, they'll come up. I didn't know that was a thing, but it is. And you
It
can
is.
download one, whatever. Go through and circle everything on the list that means something to you. Okay. Then you're going to go through, and some of the things are going to kind of overlap, right? So, like, for instance, relationship and connection. Like, if you value relationships and you value connection, okay, those are
Yeah,
probably kind of the same,
similar.
right? So we can kind of decide which one of those to use to choose one of those and then go through and which ones, if they were violated, if someone did or did not do that thing on a scale of 1 to 10, how mad would you be?
Mhm.
How angry would it make you? Maybe even think back to a situation. And then using that method, narrow that down to 5 to find the 5 that just, if somebody did or did not do those things, those would be the 5 things that would make
Yeah,
you most angry. That is going to be your values. And it's really as simple as that, but it is so helpful to have someone guide you through that and bounce things off of and really discover more about yourself. So
mhm,
again, whether it's with establishing your values or something else, go seek a life coach or someone like that. And we love Angie. She's great. We're not getting paid to tell everyone we
No,
love Angie.
we
We
just
just
love
love her.
Angie.
And we just shout her praises wherever we can. And she has taught us so much. And we are the business owners we are today because of things that she has taught us and coaching we've done with her. So definitely, if it's something that you would like to be guided on, whether it's this or you do this, and then you're like, I want to learn more things like this on how I can support my business mentally and with systems that work and, just whatever support you need. Make sure to check Angie out because she's awesome and we love
Yes.
her. And yeah, we hope that you're able to establish your values and you're able to use them for the good of your business. And it's
Yes.
really helps you, whether it be creating your content, trying to figure out what to post about, or making big decisions, whatever it is. We hope it helps and is able to support you. If you want, let us know yours in the comments. We would love to hear them.
Yeah.
And stay tuned every single week for a new episode. We release them every Friday. We can't wait to talk soon. And we're always over here cheering you on.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.